Hi and welcome back to Mind Training Academy, where we talk about the tools and methods that can help us achieve all our dreams and goals, where we also discuss how to become a dream identity, how to become our dream selves, our true selves, the person who we want to become to achieve or manifest all our dreams and goals. And today's topic is going to be very interesting. It's a very simple topic, but this topic is something that everybody is struggling with. So I decided to talk about this today. Before starting about what I'm going to talk about or before discussing with you what exactly I'm going to talk about, I would like to tell you something. I would like to discuss with all of you something that happened with me recently about me and my family. So I was talking to my mom and sister a couple of days ago, and I was telling them that I have made a decision for myself. I decided to do something in my life, and this is my decision. I just asked them for an opinion on what they would think about my decision. So when I told my mom and my sister about something, they immediately said no to that. They instantly suggested me not to do that. Later after the call, I was thinking to myself, why did my mom and my sister, why did my parents oppose me? Why are my parents not allowing me to do something? I was just thinking about it. I made some decision for myself so that I can live a better life in my future. I have made this decision for myself so that I can upgrade myself and live a better quality life. I am aware that my past was a little chaotic. Even my parents know that. My mom knows that my past was a little chaotic. My sister knows about my past. So they all know about my past. So whenever I tell them that this is the decision I've made for myself, I am going to do this, I am going to get into this, they always used to say no. They always used to oppose me immediately. I always used to think, why are they saying this? I'm taking a decision for myself. I'm taking a decision to upgrade myself so that I could live a better quality life, but they always say no to everything. I always used to think about it. I always used to think about why my mom, why my sister used to always say no to me. Somewhere deep down, while I was thinking about all of this, I realized that my mom and my sister, my parents, used to say no to me because they know me as the Kushal, where I used to think as my past self. They know me as the Kushal, where I used to feel as my past self. They know me as the Kushal, where I used to take decisions as my past self. But now I completely, truly feel from the bottom of my heart that I am a changed person. I've upgraded myself. I know, I'm aware deep within me that I'm making decisions in a very different way than I used to take before. I'm thinking in a different way. I'm feeling in a different way. I strongly believe in amazing possibilities outside of myself. I strongly believe in health. I believe in wealth. I believe in all the amazing possibilities nowadays. Let's say I'm around 30 years old, and the last 30 years of my life, my parents have seen me in a very different way. So they know about the Kushal that was in the last 30 years ago. That's how they still see me. That's how they know me. They know me with all the bad decisions that I made in my past. I started to ask myself, now that I know that I am a changed person. I'm an upgraded version of my own self. I believe in different things. I believe in amazing possibilities now. I strongly believe that I have a great personality now. I have upgraded my identity. I know that I'm a completely different person. But why do my mom, why does my sister still believe in my old self? Why do they still believe that I still make the same old decisions that I've made in my past? It does bother me to know that my own mom, my own sister, my own father do not believe in myself. They still know me as the past self that used to make bad decisions. They still know me as the past self that used to have a bad set of beliefs, bad set of personality, and bad set of a character. They still know me to be the past self, and it's not their fault as well. It's not my fault too. I used to believe that it is my fault and I have to change them, or they have to change. They have to upgrade their thought pattern. It is definitely not that. It is not my family's past to think about me about in that way. It is not my fault too. So who do I blame now? So after a lot of thinking about it, after a lot of feeling about it, I have come to a realization that it is better not to give too much energy to something that happened in my past. It is better not to think about it. It is better not to worry about it. It is better not to think so much about what I did in the past or what decisions I used to make in the past. I realized that it is okay for my own family to think about me in that way. But deep down, I know that I'm a changed person. I'm definitely now making good decisions for myself. I'm definitely thinking in a very positive way. I'm definitely feeling amazing about myself. I'm definitely believing that there are amazing opportunities in my life. So why am I discussing all of this with you? Why am I discussing how my family, still sees me or how my family believes in me? There is a good reason for it. In my previous videos, I've discussed that our mind and bodies are simply a record of the past. We all have a past memory. We all know about our past. We know what we did in the past. We know how we used to think, how we used to believe, how we used to feel about, everything about our life. We know our personality, we know our character, we know how we used to behave in our past. So by this, we can say that our mind and body is simply a record of the past. If I ask you to take a simple decision now, you'll obviously take that decision based on your past experiences. You will obviously make some decisions now based on what has worked for you and what has not worked for you in the past. You will obviously make a decision based on that, because your mind knows about your, past thoughts, past feelings. Your brain, your body knows how you used to feel in the past. Your body knows that you felt negatively in the past. Your body knows that you used to feel positively in the past. Your body has all the record of your past feelings, how you felt before, on what occasions and how you felt before. Your brain knows how you used to think 10 years ago, 20 years ago. Your brain is a record of all these past memories. Your body is a record of all your past feelings. So obviously when I ask you something now, obviously when I ask you to make a decision now, you will simply make a decision based on your past thoughts and feelings, your past personality, your past character, and the past decisions that you have made like 10 years ago or 20 years ago. So can you blame yourself for making decisions based on your past? Obviously not. I understand that majority of us would blame their past self, because people assume that because this happened in the past, this cannot happen in my future. So if I ask you now, majority of you would say that I am here today simply because of my past self, simply because of how I used to live in the past. Majority of that part is true, because you are what you are today is simply because what you did yesterday, how you felt yesterday, how you thought yesterday, what beliefs you had yesterday, what work you did yesterday, all that combined together made you who you are today. So this is a very evident reason to discuss why we are simply a record of our past, why we are simply a record of our past memories. So what if your past was really bad, really negative? What if you have lived your past in extreme poverty? What if you have always had failed relationships in your childhood? What if you experienced a negative life back during your childhood? Can you not change that? This is what we are going to talk about in our Mind Training Academy today. I am 100% aware that I had a negative past, I had an extremely bad past, I had a failed relationship, but I would also love to change my reality now to live a better quality life in my future. So, how can you do it? The concept is really simple, the concept is very simple, but the amount of work that you have to put into yourself is enormously huge. You have to understand, you have to tell yourself, you have to remind yourself every single day that your mind and your body is simply a record of the past. You have memories of what you did in the past, and you cannot take the same old negative memories to create your future reality. Of course, you can depend on your past, you can depend on your past thoughts, past feelings, past experiences, your negative experiences as an opportunity to make better decisions for your future self. But if you still make the same old decisions that you have made in the past to create your future self, I believe you're almost going to live a similar reality or a similar life in your future as well. Any great personality that we can consider here, majority of them has had a negative past. Majority of them, went through some negative experiences in their childhood or 10 years ago or 20 years ago. What do you think if that person, if the person we truly admire, with person that we truly want to become, had made the same old decisions to live or create their future reality? Do you really think that the person we truly admire could have done it? I don't think so. A part of it is actually true, because the person we admire might have taken their past experiences, might have taken their negative past experiences as an opportunity to create their future dream self. However, if they have taken the same old decisions in the same old negative way, if they believed in the same old negative decisions, could they really have become successful people today? Definitely not. In the same way, if you have taken the same old decisions for creating your future dream self, can you really achieve the success you want to achieve in your life? I don't think so. If you can have the guts to accept your past self, if you're daring enough to accept your negative experiences as it is and taking it as an opportunity rather than dwelling over it, then you can successfully create your future reality the way you truly want to live. So, considering this analogy to why my parents are always saying no to me whenever I want to make a decision for myself, whenever I want to do something in my life, the first thing that I hear from my own family is a big no. So I've come to a conclusion, that I've come to a realization that the reason my parents are always saying or constantly saying no to me is simply based on their own experience of life. So my parents are simply suggesting me this might not work for you, because even we have made the same decisions like 20 or 30 years ago. Back then it did not work for them. So they are simply suggesting you, or suggesting me in my case, that it may not work for me. This is the reason number one. Reason number two is that they know me as my past self. They believe in me as my past self. They talk to me as my past self. They know me as the negative, decision maker Kushal. They know me as the negative thinker Kushal. They know me as the person who have failed extremely bad in relationships. They know me as that old self. They believe in me as that old self. So obviously they are going to make decisions based on how they used to see you before, because you're simply a record of the past. They know you as your past self. They know you as your past memories. They know everything about you, what happened like 10 years ago, 20 years ago. They strongly believe in that. They strongly felt what you felt because they are your family members. They obviously know how you would feel, in any kind of an experience. So my parents used to simply make a decision for me based on my old self, based on how I used to make some decisions, based on my past relationships and based on my past finances. The reason why they are unable to believe in my present self, who is extremely optimistic about my business or education, finances, relationships, I seriously do not know. Only God can know about it. But I truly believe that I'm a changed person now. I truly believe that I'm an upgraded version of myself who is extremely optimistic about everything in life. And I cannot blame them too, and I do not blame them too. I am always welcoming for my, own mother, own father, own sister to say no to me, and I completely accept that. And why do I accept all of this? First thing, because I love my family. That's obviously sure. Second thing, I am aware and I have come to a deep realization that whatever decisions they're making today for me is simply based on my past experiences, is simply based on my past experiences on a relationship or finances or anything in my childhood. But the more attached I am to my past self, the more attached I am to my past experiences, my past, decision making capabilities or ability, can I truly change to become a different version, or can I truly change to become an upgraded version of myself? Obviously not. If I'm too much attached to my past decision making abilities, if I'm deeply attached with my past failed relationships, my past finances, can I actually and truly live a beautiful life with my girlfriend, or can I actually start my business and make money out of it? Definitely not. I have to withdraw myself. I have to loosen up myself from my old self, from my old experiences, from the feeling of, making the same old decisions without identifying those experiences as good or bad. I simply have to learn to accept them. I simply have to loosen up myself from them. I simply have to, maintain some distance from my old self who used to make probably negative decisions, and I have to believe in my true future self. I have to believe in my upgraded version of myself. I have to learn to start making, better decisions, new decisions for myself, that actually believes in my future, that actually believes in my present reality or present life. I must rise above all of this. I must rise above, my past experiences. I must rise above my past failed relationships. I must rise above my past, financial decisions. I must rise above my past habits, whatever it is, even if it's positive or negative. The positive memories, I can definitely take them as an opportunity, but the negative experiences, the negative memory, I have to accept them no matter how they are, if I truly want to move on in my reality. And when I did that for myself and I moved on my past self, moving on is not forgetting about your past again. Moving on is simply accepting your past for what it is, taking it as an opportunity. All the good experiences, all the happy moments of my past, I have to take them as an opportunity, and I have successfully upgraded myself, and I'm extremely optimistic and ready to live my future life. So how can you do that too? How can you accept your past self? How can you accept your past experiences, make peace with your negative experiences, and take the good memories or the happy moments as an opportunity to create your future dream self, create an opportunity to become a better version of you, create an identity for yourself, a personality for yourself, a better character for yourself, or upgrade yourself to have amazing, beautiful habits for yourself. The first step is to make a decision for yourself. You have to make a decision for yourself that even if my own parents, even if my own siblings, even if my own close friends are constantly saying no to me when I make a decision for myself, it is sometimes okay for them to say that, and it is okay for you to also accept what they're saying to you. The reason I'm saying this, because most of us have an emotional attachment with our family members, our siblings, and our close friends. And sometimes there will be situations where you have to make a decision for yourself, where you have to accept your own, close family and friends when they say no to you. You simply have to make a decision for yourself in those hard times. I understand it can be a little difficult for you, but it is still possible to make a decision for yourself. So this is the first step, and now comes the second step, and I would like to call it identity shifting. Why do I want to call this as identity shifting and not with some other word? Let me explain. So your brain is a record of the past. Your memories are simply a record of your past. Your body is a record of your past feelings. Your brain and body combined together is simply a record of your past thoughts and feelings, your past memories and experiences, your past habits, your past decision making abilities. Everything is simply a record of the past. So if I ask you to feel differently, if I ask you to think differently, and when you make an effort to think or feel differently, can you really think that your brain is going to allow you to do that? Or can you really believe that your body is going to allow you to feel happy all at once? I don't think so. And why does this happen? Let me explain. Let's say the last 10 years of your life, the last 5 years of your life, you have thought negatively, you have felt negative feelings, you have experienced bad experiences, you have had bad habits. So when you want to think positively, do you really think your brain will allow you to think positively all at once? Because your brain knows that you have thought negatively for the last 5 years or 10 years of your reality. So all of a sudden you want to change your thought pattern and you want to think positively, you want to be optimistic, you want to feel differently, you want to feel optimistic, you want to feel positively, you want to feel all the happy emotions. Can your brain and body allow you to do that? It is still possible, but it is a little difficult as well. And why does this happen? It's simply because your brain and your body is simply a record of the past. Your body has felt so many negative emotions and it has become a hardwired pattern within your own mind and body that when you want to think positively, when you want to be optimistic, when you want to, feel healthy, when you want to feel happy, when you want to feel great about something, your body is stored full of negative emotions that it does not have the space, time, and energy to create some happy moment for yourself, to create a happy feeling for yourself. So this is the reason why I would like to call it identity shifting rather than calling it brain shifting or body shifting or feeling shifting. I would like to call it identity shifting, because here in identity shifting, we are not changing your brain, we are not changing your thoughts, we are not changing your feelings, we are not changing how feeling negative for the last 5 years to feeling positively all at once. We are not changing how you have thought negatively for the last 5 or 10 years, feeling or thinking positively all at once. We are not changing any of this. We are simply changing your identity. So what is an identity? An identity is something that you can call yourself, that an identity is something that you can call yourself as this is me or this is who I am, or even your friends or family are going to refer to you as this is my son or this is who he is, this is my friend, he is my friend, he is my friend, or he is a CEO of a company, or she is a life coach, or she is this or any such thing. I call myself to be a great man because I love myself, I love my family, I love my sister, I love all my friends, I love my girlfriend, I love all the things that I'm doing. I call myself to be healthy because I love to eat healthy food. So here you must understand that because I'm assuming myself to be a healthy person, I'm assuming myself to be a great person, I am doing all of these things that is aligned with me being a great person or me being a healthy person. Only when I assume myself to be a healthy person within me, I am making efforts to eat healthy food. I'm making efforts to walk or run a couple of miles every day, go to the gym, or do something that proves to myself that I am a healthy person. Or when I say I'm a great person, I'm making efforts to love myself, love my family, do some amazing things in my external reality, help people, or do something that proves to me that I am a great person. And now this becomes my identity. I'm assuming myself to do something, I'm assuming myself to be something, and hence I'm doing something in my external reality. So when I assume myself to be something, I automatically feel the emotions that are aligned with who I am, and I'm automatically thinking the thoughts that is aligned with who I am. This is the power of identity shifting, and that is the only reason why I'm not asking anyone to change their thought pattern or feeling pattern. I have done it for myself, I have done it on myself, and I'm suggesting the same to you. If I want to change the way I'm thinking, if I want to change the way I'm feeling, it might definitely work, but it might take some time for all the past memories to be overcome. But if I make efforts to change my identity and stay persistent with my identity, I will naturally and automatically start to think and feel the thoughts and emotions that is aligned with who I assume myself to be or who I believe myself to be. So this is the power of identity shifting. The first step is where you are aware that you are who you are today simply because of your past decisions, simply because of your past habits, past thoughts and feelings, past experiences. But who you are today and how you choose to be tomorrow or in your future is how you choose to be today, is how you choose to feel today, is how you choose to think today, is to choose the habits that you want to have today, the personality that you want to have today, and the character you want to have today. So when I started to assume myself to be a great man, when I started to believe myself to be a healthy person, my mind and body instantly said no to me. My mind and body instantly opposed me. My mind and body instantly said no to me, just like how my parents said no to me when I wanted to decide something for myself or when I already made a decision for myself. So, this brings the third part where you decide something for yourself and do the things that is aligned with who you believe yourself to be. When you decide for yourself, when you start to believe or when you learn to believe in your new self, you will naturally get an idea of how you should be thinking, how you must be feeling, what habits you must be having, how you should react and respond to everything in your external reality. Obviously, 100% for sure, your own mind and body is going to oppose you because of your past memories, because of your past self, because of your past thoughts and feelings. Your body has a record of you feeling differently thousands or millions of times. Your brain has a record of you thinking negative thoughts thousands or millions or even billions of times. So obviously, after these billions of times of thinking negatively and feeling negatively, if you want to think positively, your body is definitely not going to agree. Your body is definitely going to say, no, you don't deserve this. You're used to thinking negatively. You're used to feeling negatively. And even I am comfortable when you feel negatively. So please do this. Do not change. That is why your body and your mind is always going to say no to you when you make a decision for yourself. So, this is where persistence comes into play. You must be persistent enough. You must learn to believe in yourself by not force, by accepting who you were in your past. So, whenever you decide something for yourself and whenever your own mind and body is opposing yourself, rather than forcing yourself to feel something, rather than forcing yourself to feel positively, learn to accept yourself, learn to remind yourself that it is okay for my mind and body to say no to me, because I am aware that my own mind and body has been thinking negatively and feeling differently for the last 5 to 10 years. So if I want to change, my body is not going to accept it because my body is used to thinking differently, is used to feeling negatively. So if I want to think positively all at once, it is definitely not going to allow me. You must come to a realization with your own self, with your own mind and body. You must learn to keep reminding yourself every single day that this is who I am. These are the new feelings that I want to feel. These are the new thoughts that I want to think. These are the new habits that I want to inculcate. This is a new personality that I want to enact in my life. This is how I want to behave. This is how I want to react and respond. At the same time, I am also aware that in the process of becoming my new self that can achieve amazing things in my life, my mind and body is obviously going to say no. And the reason behind that is it is used to thinking and feeling differently. Can you not remind this to yourself every single day? Can you not do this to yourself simply because you want to live a different reality? You want to upgrade your finances, you want to upgrade in your relationship, you want to upgrade in your health, you want to upgrade your own life for yourself. Can you not do this? I am very sure everybody can actually truly make an effort to be a different person. Let me give you one more example. You want to quit a bad habit that you have been addicted to for the last 5 or 10 years. And now when you make a decision for yourself to quit something and to, be more healthy, to do more healthier things in your life, your body is used to that old feeling of that bad habit. So your body doesn't want to give up. Your body still pulls you towards doing the same old thing. This is what you have to accept. This is what you have to love your body for. And this is the proof that once you train your mind and body for something, it automatically, naturally gets used to that way of thinking and feeling. Your own mind and body naturally gets used to the way of living a certain type of life that when you want to upgrade yourself and live a different reality, where your dreams are absolutely possible, where you can make tons of money with your business or some job, where you can live in an amazing beautiful relationship with your partner, with your family, with your siblings, and with all your friends. So this is step number 3, and this is how you need to remind yourself. You need to keep reminding yourself every single day, even when your own mind and body, even when the whole world is saying no to you, is stopping you, or is opposing you. So, this is what I call changing from within, changing from the core person, changing from the core identity level. And when I did this for myself, when I started or when I learned to change my identity, my feelings naturally changed, my beliefs naturally changed, my thoughts naturally changed. Though my mind and body, used to say no to me, I still persisted in being myself. I still, persisted in being a healthy person, an amazing person, a very kind and nice person. Eventually, I started to do things, I started to believe in things, I started to feel differently, and I started to think differently. And that proved to me that if I can change from an identity level and not from an outside level, that is thoughts or feelings, I can truly change, I can truly upgrade myself. And the same dreams and goals which seemed impossible earlier, now I'm very optimistic about achieving them. I'm very optimistic about being that person who can make tons of money with my business, being that person that can be in an amazing relationship with my girlfriend, with my parents, with my siblings, and with all of my friends. So now that we discussed all of this, now that we discussed that our mind and bodies are simply a record of the past, our memories are simply a record of the past, and if we truly want to change ourselves and become a different person that can achieve all our dreams and goals, we have to change from the fundamental level, that is from an identity level, from a personality level, and not from an outside level where we are constantly forcing ourselves to feel differently and think differently. We have also discussed the 3 steps that we have to practice every single day in order to bring true change from within. So now that we have discussed, we have talked about all of this, are you someone who truly wants to change from within? Are you someone who believes that change can also happen to them? Are you someone who believes that you can also achieve or manifest all your dreams and goals? If you are someone who wants to change or upgrade themselves to live a better quality life, leave a comment in the comment section that you want to practice changing yourself. You want to practice reminding yourself that you have to change from a fundamental level, you have to change from an identity level if you truly want to achieve or manifest all your dreams and goals. And I sincerely believe that this video has brought some practical knowledge on the importance of changing from a fundamental level or changing from an identity or personality level. And if it did, please like the video and also share the video with your friends and family who are struggling to change, who are struggling to upgrade themselves, who are struggling and who have a desire to become a completely different self. Please like the video, please share the video. Thank you very much for watching this video till the very end. Also subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much.